Welcome to the series Employee Health Services, Mind, Body, and Spirit. Employee Health is a section in the City of Albuquerque's Risk Management Division. Its mission is to promote a sense of community and increase wellness among city employees and their families by providing education and counseling about physical and mental health. And now, Mind, Body, and Spirit with Dr. Juila Bain.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Juila Bain, and this is Mind, Body, and Spirit. And today we have two very special guests joining us to talk about an important agency in our community called SafeHouse. I want to welcome Lori Holsin?
Holsin. Yeah.
Holsin. I knew I was going to mess it up.
Okay.
Lori, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Kellie Begay.
Thank you.
Welcome. I'm so glad you ladies are here to talk about SafeHouse, and I want to make sure I get your correct titles. Lori is the Donor Development and Community Relations Specialist for SafeHouse, and Kellie, you are the Facilities Manager. And I am so happy that you're going to talk to us about SafeHouse. It is an amazing facility, and maybe you could just start us off by talking about what is SafeHouse? What is it?
Well, it's an intimate partner domestic violence shelter. We've been around about 33 years, and it is a 24/7 facility, and we take care of women and children and men sometimes who are need help with domestic violence.
You are the oasis when people have to run
Exactly.
from the monster. 1 in 3 women on this planet will be raped or beaten in her lifetime. And we have a national epidemic here in the United States. I know that women are 9 times safer in the streets than they are in their own homes. And it's a tough subject to talk about. It's hard to think about. But I look at it as we all have an obligation as a community to step up and do what we can to protect our women and make sure that they have a place to run to. And that's exactly what you are. You are the place to run to. And I want to talk about, how long you've been around, how many people you help a year, and how somebody can get to you.
We have been around for about 33 years.
Okay.
And we house between 900 and 1,000 people last year.
Wow.
66% of that was children. We have.
You take children.
Yes, definitely. And we have, it's 24/7, 365.
Okay.
We have a kitchen that serves approved, nutritious meals. Three times a day. We have everything and anything that you would need if you needed to leave your home. If you need to leave your home and you just leave with the clothes on your back, that's okay. We can take care of you.
Wow. They can take care of you. Run for your life. Run.
And our hotline is actually operational 24 hours a day, as Lori mentioned. So we always have somebody there to answer the phone. They are trained to answer the crisis calls, so they'll do an interview with our callers to see if our services might benefit their current situation.
So if you're not calling 911, you can call this number. What's that number?
It is 247-4219, or our toll-free number 1-800-773-3645.
Awesome, and I'm going to want you to say that number a couple more times throughout the show.
Okay, that's fine. So our, like Lori said, we, if they come just with the clothes on their back, we do provide emergency clothing for folks. We provide toiletries to, get them through their stay. We provide linen, so anything that they need, we provide.
You take care of them.
Yes.
And the children.
Right. And if you were to go to our website, which is safehousenm.org,
Okay.
And let's just say that you're on the website and your husband comes in or your offender comes in, there's an escape button at the top. You just click that and it takes you right out to Google. So it is safe to go check out our website, see what we do and how we do it, and get as much information as you can.
And folks can also contact us through our Facebook page as well. Send us a message and let us know that they need services.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get into relationships and you don't know you've just married a monster.
Right.
You don't know it. And don't be ashamed. Don't feel badly. We've all been tricked, you know, by people and their personalities, and people we thought were kind ended up being mean or monsters. And so if you're watching the program, do not feel ashamed or embarrassed. Right?
Exactly. I think that's the biggest point to get across is that no matter what is said, no matter what you hear, it is not your fault. It's not your fault. And as long as you keep that in your mind, I think that that's probably the most important thing to remember, is that it is not your fault. And most offenders will try to make you feel that it is your fault and that you've done this or you've done that or you didn't do this or you didn't do that.
You deserve it.
And you deserve it. And
Yes.
that's completely not true.
Yeah, violence is not love.
No, it's not.
Love doesn't look anything like violence. But I know the perpetrator will say, oh, I love you, I won't do it again. And that's baloney. It's a lie. It's a lie. Oh, I'm so glad you're out there. Okay, so let's say somebody's watching the show, somebody goes to Facebook, they find SafeHouse. Now what?
Well, we would encourage them to give us a call on our hotline. We would do the interview. If we have space and we're going to bring them in, they need transportation. We provide transportation to pick them up at a safe location.
Good.
Once they come into shelter, then we'll orientate them to the shelter, get some paperwork done, give them their toiletries, linens, emergency clothing if they need it, get them set up in a room. And the next day they meet with a case manager who'll help them with goals that they want to work on. So if they want to work on getting housing, getting employment, child care, if they want to sign up for benefits, if they want to go back to school, get a restraining order. Our case managers are trying to help our residents try to get those in place.
We'll keep you safe and sound, and we'll take care of you. And how long can people stay?
They could stay up to 90 days.
Okay, so 3 months.
Yes.
Oh, wow, good. That's good. And then the children. Do the children get to school, or how
We
does
have a
that
couple
work?
of schools that are nearby, and those
Okay.
schools actually, the buses come to the shelter right outside. So they walk out the gate, there's a bus, get on, go to school, drop them off right outside the gate, and then back into shelter.
Nice. So for the children, you try to make life seem as, you know, comfortable and
Right.
normal as possible. Because they've been terrorized too.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's play areas, and there's you know different things there for them to play. It's not like they're just stuck inside, and we do have you know an area where they have some daycare while the mom goes to therapy.
Oh, good.
So we do offer that as well.
So you have on-site therapy too?
Yes. Yeah.
Because you do have to heal from, I mean, not only has the woman been beaten and battered and raped, emotionally, I mean, how do you go on? You know, and it takes so much strength. You're stronger than you think, by the way, and your agency is there to say, we're going to empower you. We're going to help you get your power back.
Exactly.
Tell me about that.
Well, for myself, and I've just started there not too long ago, and for myself, this is my passion because it's personal, and I know that you know it's not your fault, and I also know that this place, I wouldn't work here if I didn't believe in what they're doing, and I believe that they do empower women. And at first, the first thing you need to feel is safe, and they do feel safe at SafeHouse.
Great name.
Yeah. I think it's a great name. And I also believe that not only do you feel safe, but then you are empowered. And it's a very positive place. People do care, and they will help you. And I think that that's probably the most important thing for someone going, should I uproot everything, my children, you know, what should I do? You know, I'm here to tell you, this is the place to go.
You can have the life that you deserve
Right.
to live.
And we want to be able to provide those tools and resources that they can, you know, use to try to get back on their feet and be independent.
Start over.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Start over and be free
Right.
and safe and not be a slave. Not be a slave to a monster and a slave to a violent life. It's a horrible, horrible way to live, and we just don't want anybody to have to feel like they're stuck. You have a thrift store. Tell me about that.
We have an awesome thrift store. We get customers in every day who are like, this place is so clean, so organized, you have such great stuff. We have a supervisor who just puts out the best of the best out there, and her first thought is, what do I want to give our residents? Because our residents do get clothing free of charge. If they obtain housing, they get household items free of charge, furniture free of charge.
Wow.
So that's why we want to be able to provide them with the best available. And all profits from our thrift store go back into shelter services.
When you were telling me about this on the phone, I thought to myself, I'm going to start giving my stuff to SafeHouse instead of Goodwill, although I love you, Goodwill. I've given you Lord knows how much stuff. But if somebody decides, instead of giving something to Goodwill, they'd like to give it to SafeHouse, you all could really use it too.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, we get donations of just about everything every day, so we welcome, whatever donations folks have.
How do people get a check to you, a pair of shoes to you, a chair to you? How do they make that happen?
They can stop by our thrift store. We are at 1301 San Mateo Northeast, and it's about a block north of the intersection of San Mateo and Lomas. They can drop off their donations. They can drop off any monetary donations as well, and we're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So anytime during those hours.
Is that by Smith's?
It's probably west of Smith's,
Okay.
maybe half a mile west of Smith's.
Off of San Mateo or Lomas?
We are a block north of San Mateo and Lomas. It's on the west side of San Mateo.
Okay.
So there's like a Jiffy Lube, a car wash, and then it's us.
And what phone number should somebody call if they just want directions, or they say, okay, I've got a sectional.
Right.
Would you like it? Yes.
Yeah. So our thrift store phone number is 265-9233. And they can talk to anybody who answers the phone.
Okay.
And we also do pickups for furniture. So if somebody wants, to donate furniture and they can't bring it to us, we can go to them and pick that up.
You have a truck.
We have a truck.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah.
So wonderful. You really do get people set up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also on our website, you can go make a safe donation through PayPal or anywhere on our website. You can do that as well. And if you think about anything and everything that you would need if you left your house, hair dryers, toiletries, everything, those are the things that we need. And like we said, we're 24/7, 365, and if let's just say there's someone out there who has a large food donation or anything like that, we take that as well.
Wonderful. Yeah, money, 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 money. Right?
That always helps. Yes.
It always helps. The service you provide is fantastic. But it doesn't happen for free.
Right, and our facilities were built in 1919, and we are in the process of upgrading. To keep it going is fairly expensive, but
Are you on the historic registry?
yes, we are. And Kellie doing facilities, she knows exactly how much it takes to keep that place going.
I was just going to say.
Yeah. And also, we're in the process of becoming or into the 21st century with our computer systems, which would really help us all work much more efficiently and effectively. And so we're trying to do that, and in order to do that, we do need the community's help, and that's why we're getting out there and getting our name out there now, and trying to let people know that we do need your help.
And you need volunteers, and you told me on the phone, Lori, that people who have experience with marketing and sales and fundraising, and you like those kind of volunteers too?
We love volunteers, yes we do.
Even if they have food experience serving or cooking, maybe even childcare or retail to volunteer in our thrift store as well.
Yeah, we need all of that. We are revamping our volunteer program right now to make it more meaningful for not only us, but for the volunteers themselves. And we'll be coming out with that, and it'll be up on our website probably in the next few weeks. But we you know, if you have a skill, we could use you. You do have to pass a background check, and that usually
Good.
takes 2 to 3 weeks. We don't allow anyone in our facility that doesn't pass a background check.
Right.
And so because of that, we do like to have people that would want to volunteer their time for at least a year, just so, because that does become expensive for us.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, you get somebody vetted and you want them to stay and
bet.
work with you for a while.
Exactly.
Let's talk about how you keep SafeHouse safe. Okay? Talk about the security, talk about, you know, why you're safe and how you're safe.
And that's another area that we're looking to upgrade as well, because our gates are, you know, at least 20 years old. So we're looking to upgrade our gates, the motors, our camera system as well.
Okay.
So we have control access gates. So staff are the only ones who let folks in and out of the shelter.
Okay.
We do grounds checks every hour just to make sure that, you know, everything's
You
fine.
go on patrol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
If we run into any issues or, you know, we do need assistance, then we do call to the proper authorities and ask for help, or, you know, maybe do a courtesy patrol if we see something that's a little off outside of the shelter property.
Do you ever have a police officer bring somebody to the safe house?
Yes, we have had them bring residents to shelter. So we'll get that interview process done right then and there and see if they're, you know, our services would benefit them, and bring them in if they do.
Well, you said you're 24/7.
365.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it sounds like the grounds of the facility itself. I mean, you're watching, you're patrolling, you're monitoring, you're, you know, one phone call away from, and the police, I'm sure, know that you're there.
Right. They do.
And so they're just probably right by.
Yeah, and they're pretty quick to respond if we do need assistance. So.
And it is a confidential location,
Yeah.
so you can't Google us and find out where we are. So,
Confidential location.
yeah,
That's so important.
yeah,
Excellent.
yeah. I feel safe there.
I feel safe there.
There you go. Yeah, it's a great place.
If somebody like me wanted to have a tour, could I do it since I follow confidentiality law? Since I'm a licensed counselor? I mean, seriously, could I see it if I wanted to?
Anybody who wants to volunteer or just has an interest, just give us a call ahead of time. You know, we would just have you sign in and escort you.
Because it would be great to be able to say, you know, to one of our city employees who's getting ready to escape her violent home, to be able to say, I've been there. I've seen it. You know, it feels like home. It is safe. It looks safe. I've been there. You know, I got special permission to go see it. I really want you to go there. It's a matter. You could die if you don't.
Yeah, it is a life and death situation, and we, you know, we do take it seriously, and we do give tours if they're, you know, we have to schedule it for a specific time. But I also think it's important for people that are helping others to get out, like yourself, to get a tour, to understand what you're talking about, and really understand what we do and how we do it, and know that they will be safe. So,
I've been there. I would stay there. You know, so I could say something like that.
yeah. And we have cottages for families. Can hold up to 2 cottages, 2 families, excuse me. And then we also have Mary's House, which is an apartment type complex for single women. So, you know, we run at capacity about 93% of the time.
Yes.
I bet you do.
Yeah, we do, and unfortunately we do. But we would like to be able to help a lot more women. I mean, the statistics are out there. We need to have more facilities. We need to help more women. We're number 3 in the nation. We're the 3rd largest intimate partner domestic violence shelter in the nation. We're number 1 in the Southwest.
Wow.
And we run at 93% capacity, so we need some help. And
You sent me some really dramatic, difficult pictures for me to look at, and I am hoping that the studio does show some of these pictures so the audience, so that you can see how frightening and just horrible being a victim of domestic violence is. So I appreciate you sending me those pictures, because it really does bring home the fact that this is just no way to live.
Right, and it's not always physical abuse. There's so many other different types of abuses out there. There could be financial abuse where they don't give you any access to funds. There could be even religious abuse, you know, making you live in a specific way and using the Bible to you know, keep you down, keep you in check. There's emotional abuse, which I think sometimes is worse than the physical abuse. So
You take those people too?
oh my gosh, yes. We take those people too. And I just, you know, if there's someone out there that says, well, he doesn't hit me, but he does this, you know, go on our website, look and see what domestic violence is, and and that will let you know, number one, it's not your fault, and number two, there is help. And yes, he is being abusive.
There is such a thing as emotional and verbal torture.
Yeah, there is.
And you could be tortured to death verbally where people are driven to suicide because they can't take it anymore.
Right, and a lot of times it starts out with the emotional abuse, so that, you know, when they hit you, you feel like you deserve it, and that's, you know, there's a definite process, and there's you know, there's a definite way that they work to get you in that position, and so I think it's really important for
It's calculation from a psychopath.
yeah, and it's definitely, you know, it's thought out. It's not something that just occurs, you know, overnight. And so, you know, it does a lot of times start with the emotional abuse, and that's what's important for, I think, women to realize. You know, if you have a red flag or you have a gut feeling, then follow that. Always follow that. It's important.
Absolutely. And I think it's important for us to remind the community that these women are our neighbors, our teachers,
Yep.
our principals, our friends, the people who attend our organized faith communities with us, the people who are standing in line with us at the grocery store. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, they are us. You know, and it's just a tragedy. But what you are offering is you're offering people a way out because they do feel like this tall and like they don't have any worth, and so they don't think, well, nobody's going to take care of me if I leave the monster because he's told me nobody wants you, nobody will love you like I do. They think to themselves, I'm just, you know, I'm not going to survive.
Right.
And you're offering the hope of, yes, you will survive. We're going to help you.
Well, safety and resources. And, you know, when you know better, you do better. And a lot of these women don't know. They just don't know the resources that are out there. They don't know that they can do better. That, you know, and that's what I think is great about SafeHouse, is that we not only make it a safe place for you to come to, but we give you knowledge, and we give you power, and knowledge is power. And I think that that's what most of these women need, but they just don't know it yet. And as soon as they do know, they grasp onto it, and they move forward, and it's a great thing to see. And Kellie can talk a little more about our RISE program as well. That's the only other aspect of SafeHouse that we haven't discussed yet that I think is amazing.
Okay, let's talk about RISE.
Yeah, we have RISE and BESS, and they are our two supportive housing programs. So when somebody comes into shelter, you know, those are the two first options that we look at to try to get folks into housing.
Okay.
And they provide rental assistance for up to 2 years.
Wow.
Yes. So if that's not an option for somebody, then we look to community partners into, you know, trying to get folks into housing. So yeah, it is a huge part of our agency that does wonderful work as well. You know, trying to get folks back, you know, into the community. And again, even when they're in that program, we still provide them with clothing if they need it. We'll get them food boxes as well if they need it.
RISE.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Right.
And I
That's
thought
wonderful.
that was and I think that program right there, I mean, it allows women the ability to maybe go to school, get a skill,
Right.
you know, get up, get on, get over it, you know, keep
Get
moving.
your power back.
Get your power back, you bet. And and I think that SafeHouse is extremely unique in that, you know, they provide everything and anything that you need for those types of things. And our case managers are fantastic. They have so much information and they will help these ladies in any way that they can.
And they do provide that case management through that 2 years
Yeah,
to help them with resources.
yeah.
So you, for 24 months, you've got somebody right there in your corner.
You bet.
You're not alone. You're never alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're not alone. You're never alone. Remember that. Right. And
Right.
the police are always just like a 911 call away.
Yeah, they are. And you know, I think that the police are really the best resource in the sense that if something is really going down that's extremely, you know, violent and serious, that's definitely what you need, where you need to call first. But before it gets to that situation where, you know, you think you need some help, then we're there and we're 24/7. So just pick up the phone and call.
And you partner with the police. And the Albuquerque Police Department really does an extraordinary job helping women with domestic violence issues. They're extraordinary. They're so sensitive. And they know what they're doing,
Yeah.
without a doubt. All right, I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, what advice do you have for a friend or a relative who knows their loved one is being abused and they're not sure what to do? They've approached her and she's so afraid and so intimidated that she's just like, leave me alone, I don't want to talk about it, I'm fine, I'm fine. What advice do we have for those people who feel stuck knowing that the next phone call they get could be from the hospital saying, your sister has been murdered?
Right.
What do you say to them?
Well, first, we never want to judge, so never judge a person. You know, we don't know the circumstances of their situation. And second, maybe educate yourself as well. Be aware of the resources out there. You know, if we know SafeHouse is out there, you know, provide that as an option. Give somebody options and don't tell somebody what to do. Say, hey, these are some places you can call should you need it. You know, maybe call and ask to do a safety plan with you as well. You can call our shelter, say, hey, I have a friend who's in this situation. Help me go through a safety plan so I can, you know, relate that to this person. And we can do a safety plan with that person as well. So just educating yourself with resources available. Don't judge. And, you know, if you're just a listening ears, well, maybe that's what somebody needs. And have resources on hand and give options.
Wait and just be patient. Be patient, because sometimes it does take a while
Right.
to get ready
Right.
psychologically.
Yeah, and it could take 2 or 3 tries, you know. It is a difficult thing to get out of. And, you know, these women have to think of not only their own safety, but most importantly, the safety of their children. And, you know, you can't really tell or judge, you know, someone who's in that situation because we're really not in that situation, but we can provide help and information and support. And so I think, like you said, the best thing is not to judge and to probably tell them, you know, no matter what, it's not your fault.
Absolutely. And I've had women tell me that the perpetrator has said to them, you leave me, I'll kill the children, or I'll kill your mother, or certainly I'll kill you.
Right.
And the threat is valid. I mean, that's not an empty threat. They mean it. You know, and so survivors of domestic violence know that they are one good punch away from death.
Right.
They know that. Final words of wisdom. We just have like a minute left. What would you like to leave our audience with?
Probably the same thing that we've been saying, that we are here 24 hours. You know, pass along our number to anybody
Give
that
your
you
number,
know.
give your number.
Right, give our number, get the word out.
I mean, you do it right now.
Yes, 247-4219, 1-800-773-3645.
Okay. So get the word out.
Yes.
Talk
Yes.
about it. Talk about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, if we've talked about anything that you may be able to help with, please, you know, call us. My direct line is 247-4219, extension 22. And if you'd like to volunteer, please give us a call. Check out our website, safehousenm.org. And we are coming out into the community, and we definitely need your help.
You are Wonder Women. You're my heroes. Lori, thank you so much for
you.
coming on the show. I hope you'll come back sometime.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Begay. I appreciate everything you do for our community, both of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching And remember, you are never alone. You're never alone. Please let us help you live the life that you deserve to live, one of safety and self-respect and joy. This is Dr. Julia Bain. Until next time, be happy and be well.
This has been Employee Health Services Mind, Body, and Spirit. For more information, call the City of Albuquerque's Employee Health Services at 768-4613. Let the Employee Health Services staff let you be your best at work, at home, and at play.